Have you ever stopped to watch a bird take flight? Maybe it was a pigeon lifting off from the pavement or a hawk gliding across the sky. At first glance, it feels almost magical. Something so light, so fragile, managing to fight against gravity and soar. But behind that graceful motion is an incredible piece of natural engineering: the feather. Feathers aren't just decoration. They're complex, finely tuned structures that hold the secret to how birds conquer the skies. At their core, feathers are made of keratin, the same protein that makes up our hair and fingernails. But while our hair is simple, straight, and fragile, feathers are a masterpiece of architecture. Each feather has a strong central shaft that runs down the middle, like the backbone of a bridge. From that shaft branch, hundreds of tiny filaments called barbs, and sprouting from each barb are even tinier strands called barbules. These barbules hook together like Velcro, locking the feather into a smooth, continuous surface. Yet at the same time, they're flexible enough to move, bend, and repair themselves. If you've ever seen a bird carefully preening, running its beak down a feather, it's often rehooking these barbules, zipping its wings back into working order. But not all feathers are the same. In fact, birds carry several different types, each with its own role in the flight system. The most famous are the flight feathers, found on the wings and tail. These are long, stiff, and asymmetrical, designed to act like the blades of a propeller. Then there are contour feathers, which cover the bird's body and create a sleek, aerodynamic shape. Without them, a bird would be fluffy and slow, catching the wind like a parachute instead of slicing through it like an arrow. Beneath those lie the down feathers, soft and fluffy, designed not for flying but for insulation. These trap air and keep the bird's body warm, like the filling of a cozy jacket. Together, these feathers form a perfectly coordinated system. Insulation, streamlining, and propulsion, all working in harmony. To understand how feathers actually allow flight, we need to dip into a bit of physics. A bird's wing is shaped like an airfoil, curved on top and flatter on the bottom. When air flows over the wing, it moves faster across the curved surface and slower beneath. Faster air has lower pressure, slower air has higher pressure, and this difference generates lift. The wing is literally pulled upward by the pressure difference. But here's the clever part. Feathers enhance and control this airflow. Flight feathers overlap like shingles on a roof, creating a continuous surface that channels the wind. As a bird flaps downward, the feathers lock tightly together, pushing against the air and generating thrust. On the upstroke, some feathers can twist or separate slightly, allowing air to slip through and reducing resistance. Imagine if every flap of an airplane's wing could adapt and adjust itself mid-flight. That's what feathers do naturally. And it's not just about up and down motion. Tail feathers spread and fan out like a rudder, giving the bird steering control. Small movements of the primary feathers at the wingtips fine-tune the direction, letting the bird bank, twist, or hover with precision. This is why birds can dart between trees, land on narrow branches, or soar for hours without flapping. The flexibility of feathers gives them a level of aerial agility no machine has yet fully matched. Of course, feathers aren't only about flight. They serve a whole range of extra functions that evolution has carefully woven into bird life. Some feathers act as camouflage, helping a bird disappear into its environment. Others explode into dazzling displays, like the shimmering train of a peacock designed to impress a mate. For owls, feathers have a specialized role in hunting. The leading edges of their flight feathers are fringed, breaking up turbulence and muffling sound. This allows them to glide silently through the night, approaching prey without a whisper. For penguins, feathers have been reshaped for an entirely different purpose. Instead of soaring through the sky, penguins fly underwater, using their stiff, overlapping feathers to stay warm and waterproof as they dive to hunt fish. What's remarkable is how universal yet adaptable feathers are. From the blazing desert falcon to the icy emperor penguin, every bird species has tailored its feathers to its lifestyle. Some birds molt seasonally, replacing old feathers with new ones in preparation for long migrations. Others, like hummingbirds, rely on their feathers for more than just lift. They also produce sound, creating tiny whistles and hums as air rushes past them. Feathers are at once tools of survival, instruments of beauty, and machines of flight. So the next time you see a bird lift off into the air, pause for a moment. Beneath the simple act of flapping wings lies a story of millions of years of evolution, of structures honed by trial and error into the perfect balance of lightness and strength. Feathers are more than just decoration. They are nature's engineering masterpiece. They give warmth, control, silence, and above all, the gift of flight. And in that simple, weightless glide across the sky, they remind us of the extraordinary ingenuity of life itself.